Good morning, this is Jonesy at Gold Coast Weightlifting Club for Club Rehab, and we've got Tani, Boss Lady Beister here as well.
Good morning.
From Gold Coast Weightlifting Club and Better, Stronger, Faster, and we've snagged a couple of the hotties from the club this morning. We've got...
Yes, they've elected that it's Shirts Off Saturday.
And we're
Guns out.
Yeah, they're here in all their glory. It's we've got Jakey Ratcliffe.
Morning all.
And we've got Shane Wildman Wagner visiting.
Good morning.
And we've got Mikey
Ward. Good morning. Good morning.
I thought you were going to give yourself a nickname there. Thanks for joining us, guys. I guess what we're going to start with today is just a bit of a chat about what it's like for boys training and boys recovery and that kind of thing, but most importantly with Wildman here. What brought you down?
Well, I used to train with Jake up in Toowoomba, and he offered for me to come down and have a training session with him, and I thought I might come down.
And for all of those people who listen to us from other parts of the planet, Toowoomba is like 2 hours away from the Gold Coast.
Yes, it is. It's middle of nowhere.
2 hours west.
2 hours west. And when did you start weightlifting? Because you're what now, 18?
I'm 18 in next April, but I started in April when I was in grade 8, so about 4 years ago, so 2009.
How does a kid in grade 8 get into weightlifting?
My dad was a weightlifter and he got me into it.
So your dad was old school, kind of moustache, all that kind of...
He wasn't cool enough to have a moustache, but he was pretty good.
Nice one. And so your dad got you into it and said, mate, come down to the gym?
Yeah, he just said, because we have, at the school that I go to, there's a coach that works there that dad knows, and so he just had a chat and got me started. It's pretty good.
And that's now, what, 4 years?
4.5 years, yeah.
And what's on your resume so far for you and your lifting?
I don't even know.
Youth championships?
Just, national champion, Oceania champion.
Oh, just a couple
Just a few. National champion.
Geez, you've gone all shy on us.
Yeah. Well, I've been to the AIS, been to New Zealand, Darwin, Sydney, Melbourne, all just for like...
So there's so much stuff on his resume, he can't remember it all.
Exactly. And is the man next to you the reason for all of your success?
Oh, he's a big reason.
I push him.
It's a total bromance, by the way.
He built my foundations.
Nice. And Jakey, what does it mean to have Shane down here?
It's good. I sort of replaced him with a Gold Coast version, Mikey Ward, and having Shane down here, it's like the ex meeting the new misso. It's a little cat fight coming on.
No, I think me and Shane are getting along better than me and Jake, really.
Yeah.
And look, us girls always talk about having a TP and how much fun that can be.
I thought you were going to say us.
That too. Well, it's pretty important for girls training. Would you agree, Tani?
Definitely.
Yeah. So what does it mean to you guys?
If you don't have someone like a training partner there, you won't push yourself hard enough. As we saw in today's training, sets of 10 on squats. Shane did a set of 8, and if we weren't there to push him, he wouldn't have done 10. So you've got to constantly push each other.
Maybe did 12.
Because you put the bar back on the rack. Extra sets. Still your set.
And Mikey, what's it for you?
Yeah, training partner is super important. Without Jake, I definitely wouldn't push as hard as I do. He's got some big numbers, so I've just got to try and chase him and keep up as much as I can.
Yep.
So it's very important.
And putting it in context for people, Jake's 19 years old. And what kind of numbers are you doing?
112 snatch and a 135 clean and jerk, but that's just in training.
Body weight?
Body weight, 85 kilos, or just a bit above.
Yep. And goals?
Goals are to make World Juniors next year, so I have to do a 121 snatch and a 145 clean and jerk.
And these are the boys to get you there?
Definitely. If they keep pushing me and Lindsay keeps feeding me a good program, definitely, it's there. I'll be in Russia.
And that's really important because we've got, we're here at Gold Coast Weightlifting Club, and it's because of Lindsay's generosity that we're all able to train here and the guts that him and Tani put into the club. Tell us a little bit about him as a coach.
I would have to say, and I'm not being biased, the best coach I've had. Just his understanding, his knowledge, the way he breaks each movement down. And if you don't understand, or if he sees a fault, it's an instant, a way to tweak it, a way to fix it, and things to work on like stability and all the little muscles. It's just, without him, I don't think I'd be as far as I am now. Like when I first came back after having 2 years off, he kept me on the leash so I wouldn't burn myself out or hurt myself. At first I thought, I don't want to be held back, but after being held back and realising what I could have done and hurt myself, without him I probably wouldn't be snatching and clean and jerking what I am today.
Just generally speaking for guys, is there a lot of pressure to just charge?
Yeah, because it's just a guy thing. You want to be top dog. You want to be the strongest in the gym. You're always fighting. Like I'm chasing Lindsay, Mikey's chasing me, so it's just a big chase to get to the top.
Cool. And Shane, do you find any difference in training down here?
Yes. Well, I'm usually training at home in my shed. Right.
You're a shed trainer?
Yes.
Awesome. And you do that by yourself, or how does that work?
Well, my dad's a weightlifter, so like we he's pretty much coaching me mainly at home, but I usually just train by myself, and I don't push myself as hard as I would down here.
Yep.
Well, as hard as these guys push me.
Yep.
Bloody doing 10 or 12 reps of squats, that's just shit.
That's just crazy.
It's just stupid. I do like 2 or 3 at home.
So they just show off when you come down.
Yeah.
Big.
Do you do your own programming at home, or you have that conversation with your dad, or do you get your program externally?
Yeah, pretty much just me and Dad just sort of sorted it out. We just sort of, because Dad's an actual coach, he just tells me what to do, makes just the quick assumption of what we should do. So we don't really have a set program. I just sort of lift weights.
Freestyle it. Yeah, nice. Pretty cool that you got a national coach in your back pocket like your dad. How does that affect your relationship with him when you're in the gym?
Not really. He pushes me pretty hard, but of course he takes sympathy on me a lot though. So unlike these boys, they just keep drilling me.
Now you've got a baby face. You use that baby face on your dad, don't you?
All the time. Dad, I don't want to do it.
Nice.
All right, son.
Now, we're off for a recovery session after this. Is that something that's normally part of your training?
Sorry?
Recovery, part of your training?
Not at all. I stretch for like 5 minutes afterwards and just hope that's good.
Yeah. Cool. And you can get away with it because you're 17, right?
Yeah, young bones and young muscles.
Yeah. So what do you know about recovery? Or is today like a complete eye-opener for you?
Well, I've done heaps of recovery in New Zealand when I went for trips there, and the AIS, where you went from hot water to cold water and that sort of stuff, and it's actually really good. I reckon it really helps.
You feel better afterwards?
Definitely. Yep. It really helps.
And Mikey, you're an experienced trainer. You've been training people for how long now?
Oh, me as a personal trainer?
Yeah.
I'm not that experienced. I've got a little bit of experience.
Talking himself down.
Nice. But is recovery part of what you deal with your clients?
I make sure my clients stretch, definitely. I leave time at the end of the session, but I can't say that too much for myself. Until you've gotten into my ear, I didn't do enough.
Right.
But I've found it's been helping. It's been helping me get into positions and be more comfortable in positions.
Cool. Nice.
So I don't have to fight
Yeah.
when I'm in the bottom position, and it's more comfortable.
Fighting your body's not a good thing.
Yeah, like overhead, or you can sit into it more comfortably.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to battle your inflexibility.
Yeah. So spend your energy fighting your mind and all the crazy things it says.
Fighting the weight rather than your own body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. And Tans, how about you? You're a trainer yourself, as well as being boss lady of the gym.
I'm not a trainer. I got no experience. I won't even say I've got a little bit. I've got none.
Or as a trainee, sorry. As a trainee.
A trainee of
Lifting and stuff.
Oh,
Lifting heavy shit.
I don't know. I seem to be pretty flexible. I look crazily flexible. Like people look random because they are inflexible. I look random because I'm too flexible. It looks wrong.
And that comes from your dancing days?
I don't know. I just am
Too much fish
flexible.
oil.
90 capsules a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fish oil way too fluid.
Right. Gotcha. And
I have no idea why I'm more flexible.
you don't know? Do you work on it at all?
No. If I get tight, like I might get tight lats, I might roll those out a bit, or get a tight back every now and again. I know I need to stretch my glutes, but yeah.
Okay. One of these blessed people that doesn't
Pretty
have to work
much,
on it too hard.
my hand can roll back pretty much onto my wrist. So
Yeah. Gotcha. Do you think the attitude between men and women towards things like recovery, do you think there is a difference?
I reckon there's a huge difference. I reckon women take more, I don't know how to put it, like...
They care about their body.
Yeah, they care about it and they think about it, and it's still like a fine tea. It's like structured. They know they got to stretch before, they got to train, and then after train they have to stretch and roll out. Where guys, it's come in, stretch a tiny bit if you have to, lift stuff, and then just go home. And just
I disagree with that. I have to disagree with that. Yeah, I think regardless of gender, it really should come down to what performance you want. Whether you're a male or female, stretching and recovery.
General people that
stretching
come in and out.
stretching.
for me, this is an age thing.
It'd have to be an age.
Well, it's like a focus. I wouldn't say maturity thing, but it's like a focus thing. If you want to go to Junior Worlds, you're not going to get there without recovering.
Yeah.
So you've got to. So I wouldn't put it down to a gender thing. I'd put it down to a focus. Like, Shane, you should recover more. Like you said it felt good. So if you
Like
did
you
it,
train quicker.
yeah,
Like
you
the
come
next
back to
training
the next
session,
training
you're ready
session.
to go.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a result of lack of knowledge, or is it just a blasé
I think
attitude?
it's laziness. Like that's what I suffer from.
I reckon it's
Knowledge as
lack
well.
of facilities as well.
Because when I first came to Gold Coast weightlifting, and Jonesy here with Club Rehab was talking about recovery and rolling out, I was sort of I didn't know anything about it apart from just general stretching, and recovery was a whole new thing to me. And now my first recovery session was mind-blowing, how I felt afterwards and how refreshed I was. So it's a little bit of knowledge, age, and your goals. So it's a mixture of all.
Yeah.
Depends where you want to end up.
Yeah, cool. And as far as, you guys have all talked about stretching and rolling out, that kind of thing. What else do you know about recovery?
Do it. Nah, not much. Like ice baths and stuff like that.
Yep.
Sleep. Lots of sleep.
Compression tights and stuff.
Yep.
Any supplements, so your fish oil, your magnesium, if you have any rubs for sore muscles or something, any creams.
Do you guys get any other types of treatment at all, ever?
I have seen this one person, Tim, just checking out my lower back because I've been getting a real sore lower back lately, and just to check out my knee and calf. And he wants to needle me, but I need to get my knee x-rayed first. So I'm starting to get out there, and Jonesy, seeing Jonesy as well, getting massages and just trying to get myself on track and ready.
Tim's an osteo.
Yeah, osteopath, yep.
Yeah, nice. Can you describe a little bit what treatment with him is like so that people get a bit of a sense of what an osteo is if they haven't seen one?
He diagnosed me pretty quick. I went in there, told him what I do for a sport, what was hurting, and he just put me on the table, and straight away he wanted x-ray on my knee to make sure there was no wear and tear in there, or if I was using some pretty big words, I can't remember. My calf was swelling up in squats, and he said he could feel something in there, but he said he'll get an ultrasound on it if it flares up again. And my back, he said I'm a bit flexible in the hips than most men, and it's just the small muscles that are working a bit harder than the rest.
Gotcha. Okay, so as an osteo, he'll do manipulation and alignment and things like that of your skeleton, and he'll deal with your muscles and ligaments and all that kind of thing, similar to a physio.
He cracked my back really good too, and my neck. It was a bit scary at first, but it felt so good.
Yeah, nice. Have you ever had any kind of treatment from, say, a physio or anyone?
Yes, I have gone to the physio because I hurt my neck and I hurt my wrist.
Yep.
So I've been there since about September last year. Just been going there, say, twice a week, on and off, and working, just fixing my wrist, fixing my neck and that sort of stuff.
Yep. Do you think that's because weightlifting is a dangerous sport, or is it just part of training?
It's not dangerous. It's just tiring. Like any sport, if you're competitive, you're going to push yourself. You're going to push yourself to the limit. So yeah, you're going to get tired, you're going to get fatigued. But as far as danger goes,
I'd only say it's dangerous if you don't have the technique right. Like if you don't have a sensible coach there to guide you and tell you what you're doing wrong, then it can become dangerous. But if you got the technique, I wouldn't say it's dangerous at all. It's just how hard you push yourself and how silly you go with the bar and what you can lift.
And my neck actually was sore because I didn't stretch out my neck and my traps. I never stretched them out, so that pulled one of my